Third time lucky. I think we've actually got there finally. I pressed the right buttons and I think you can all hear me and I presume you can all see me. So, all good. We'll try again. So, um, here we go with an update on how things are looking for tonight and through tomorrow and a quick look ahead as well. It's been a cold day today, that's a certainty. We've seen the first snowfall for many places across the Cairngorms, Moray and Aberdeenshire. You can see from my scene behind the snowfall in Carbridge. There's been about 3 or 4 centimetres fell today in some fairly frequent showers. There's been more than that to the east of us. There's been as much as 6 or 7 centimetres of snow around Tomintoul, across the hills into Coregarth. In fact, the A939 over the tops was closed earlier today due to the amount of snow. And it's certainly we're in a cold pattern, as I've been saying in the past few videos. It's a cold pattern. This cold pattern is going to stay with us for the next 7 days or so, possibly longer, but certainly for the next rest of the week, the weekend into next week. It stays cold. We've got high pressure to the north, we've got low pressure to the south, a blocking pattern with an east and northeasterly flow, and that's bringing in these wintry showers from the North Sea. Now, most of the showers falling towards the coast are falling as rain, sleet, hail, but further inland, certainly over the higher ground, we've seen some snow, as we've seen today. Now, the same thing continues tonight, really, a north to northeasterly flow, showers mainly around the coast towards the northwest, across the Western Isles, some into Skye, some along the north coast, some across the Northern Isles, and then some running down from the North Sea into the Moray and Aberdeenshire areas, and a few of these making the way down across the Cairngorms, and that's when they turn to snow. Now, further inland and certainly towards the south, plenty of dry weather, clear skies tonight, a hard frost with -8 degrees last night across parts of the central belt, Argyll, down through into the borders, across to Ayrshire. -8 degrees last night, pretty cold. I think tonight, not quite as cold, but we'll certainly see temperatures below -5 for many inland areas further south. Further north, more cloud around with a few scattering showers. And I say towards the coast and across the Isles as well, temperatures not just as low, but still cold enough for icy patches. You've got to remember that the surface temperature is often as much as 2 to 3 degrees colder than the air temperature. So, despite the fact your car reading may say 2 or 3 degrees, the actual temperature at the surface could well be freezing or just below. So, just be careful if you're out tonight or tomorrow, it could well be icy. We'll also see a few showers, I think, clipping the East Lothian coast, running down into the borders as well. And again, these falling as snow as they come further inland. Little change really as we go through through tomorrow really into the following day. We continue with this cold pattern, further scattered wintry showers at times, particularly around the coasts. Some of these moving inland at times across Moray, Aberdeenshire, into the Cairngorms, but on the whole, inland and certainly further south and west, a lot of dry weather, bright, cold, frosty, some patchy freezing fog as well developing, I think, inland as we go through towards the weekend. But the main pattern really is it stays cold, hard frost. We could see temperatures down near -10, I think, as we get towards Friday night into the weekend, and certainly inland areas where the snow cover, the greatest risk of seeing temperatures down as low as about -10, but a bit warmer around the coast and across the Isles, hovering around freezing here, but still a risk of ice, especially where we see any scattered showers. Now, of course, temperatures of this magnitude and snow not uncommon at this time of year. And as I've kept saying for the past day or two, it's not a record-breaking cold snap by any means. Snow certainly not widespread. It's pretty isolated, and it's the higher ground east of the Great Glen. It's been seeing the snow, and that's going to be the case over the next few days. And in fact, I think as we go through the weekend, we will start to see many of the showers begin to die away and become more isolated and restricted to the coasts, as we see higher pressure tend to develop over the main part of the country, really, bringing these clearer skies, light winds, and these very cold temperatures. Into next week, a very similar pattern, really. Temperatures stay on the cold side. There'll be hard frost overnight, bright days, frost continuing all day, really. It's going to be really cold, frigid conditions, really, through next week. Frozen ground, icy conditions, but many places dry. And I think as we go through to the middle part of next week, we begin to see a bit of a change. The Atlantic tries to get back in again, and as it does, we bring these weather systems in from the west, bumping up against the colder air. And of course, as that happens, increases the risk of seeing some snow more widely across the country. Just as these frontal systems meet that colder air. Now, a lot can happen between now and next week, really. We could see these low pressure systems run to the south, keep us in the colder air. They could go straight through the country, bring a very short spell of snow and bring milder conditions in. a lot of uncertainty. You know, it could go either way really as we go through next week. But one thing for certain is the rest of the weekend, and certainly the first half of next week, it stays cold with further sharp frost overnight and some wintry showers around the coast, bringing icy conditions. Well, thanks everyone for watching the videos. I'm going to try and do a video every day, bringing updates on how things are. If there's snow around, I'll be outside doing the videos. If the weather's a bit miserable, I'll be inside here doing the videos from the office. But it'll be also good to hear from people on the page. You can send maybe some nice background photographs. I could use this as a background. Like I said, I'm using one today from the snow in Carbridge, which I took earlier. If you've got a good photograph of where you are, if you can send it in to the page and use the message button on the page and just send me the photo adding where it's from, I can use the photos in the background. It'd be pretty good to see where you are in Scotland. Of course, this service is covering the whole of the country. I'm not just talking about the Highlands here. These forecasts are going to cover the whole of the country from Orkney, Shetland, down through the mainland, all the way down to the south and the Isles. That's what I'll be covering on these live videos. Also, I'm going to say thanks to everybody who's subscribed to the YouTube channel. That's a new thing which I set up today. So if you could go onto YouTube, search for Highland Weather, look for my logo, which will be familiar to all of you. Click subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. You just liking the channel really, and all that does it just increases the output, increases the coverage that my videos get. And also, if I get to a certain amount of subscribers, it means I start to get a bit of income as well from the YouTube channel. All helps towards the running of the weather stations, and of course things like the software to do this all cost money. Weather stations cost money. I've over 100 weather stations set up now. They've all cost quite a lot of money, thousands of pounds in fact. The upkeep of those, the maintenance, the data costs to get the information back. It's all quite expensive hobby really. So anything I can make back through the YouTube channel or through the Facebook members group all helps towards the running of the weather station. So also, if you fancy joining the members group, I've got over 2,000 people now who've joined the members group. If you'd like to join, where you receive daily forecasts of the whole of Scotland, there are graphics, there's data from the weather stations, long range forecasts, maps, a lot of information in the members group. So many people keep joining year after year. It's £1.25 a month, billed at £15 a year, so it's very little really. If you'd like to join, drop me a message through the Highlands and Islands Weather normal page, and we can get you signed up for that. Okay, well, thanks everyone for watching the videos. If you're out tonight, watch for the ice. Like I say, quite icy conditions tonight. There'll be further wintry showers in places, but it's staying cold. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.